Tonight I will be talking to you about the resources that are available to help students get money. How many of you graduated from college or are attending college right now? Raise your hands. Do any of you have student loans or are still trying to pay off your loans? Aren't you tired of spending all your money on school? Don't you wish that there were other ways to pay for school? Well, there are. You just have to do some work. If you didn't already know, there are other options out there that can help you pay for school that won't require you to pay the borrowed money back in the future. These resources available are financial aid, federal Pell Grants, and scholarships. The first thing I'll talk to you about is financial aid. What is financial aid? Financial aid is a type of free money. It is the largest provider of student financial aid in the nation, and it funds more than 15 million students per year. It comes from federal government, the state you live in, the college you attend, or a nonprofit or private organization. How can you obtain financial aid? You can get financial aid by going to the website and filling out the FAFSA or free application for federal student aid. What are the eligibility for getting financial aid? You have to be of need for financial assistance. You must be a U.S. citizen or an eligible non-citizen, but besides that, there are not really any limits to apply or receive it. I just talked to you about financial aid. Now I'll be talking to you about federal Pell Grants. What are federal Pell Grants? Federal Pell Grants is a type of free money, and it is need-based, and it comes from federal government and is a type of financial aid. How can you obtain a federal Pell Grant? You have to apply for FAFSA in order to receive a Pell Grant, just as you would do for financial aid. What are the eligibility to receive financial aid? You have to be an undergraduate and you have to be eligible to receive financial aid because the amount given determines on your financial need, the cost of attendance, your status as a full-time or part-time student, and your plans to attend school for a full academic year or less. I just talked to you about financial aid, federal Pell Grants, and now for my third point, I will be talking to you about scholarships. What are scholarships? Scholarships is another type of free money, and it is merit-based. Merit-based means that you have to get a high GPA in order to receive your funds. So even if your parents make a lot of money and you can't receive financial aid, then you can always go apply for scholarships. It comes from the federal government, your state government, your college, or a private or nonprofit organization. How can you obtain scholarships? There are thousands of scholarships. You just have to find them and apply for them. You can look online and pretty much Google scholarships, and a whole bunch of scholarships will come up. Especially if you're a Hawaiian, there's a lot of scholarships for that. The eligibility for receiving a scholarship is for anybody because it is merit-based and not need-based. Now let's take a brief look over everything. First, I talked to you about financial aid. Second, I talked to you about Pell Grants. And lastly, I talked to you about scholarships. In conclusion, I encourage all of you to look into these resources so that you don't have to worry about paying for school through student loans or out of your pocket. Who doesn't love free money, right? I know I do. These resources practically serve as free money, and whatever money doesn't get used to pay off school bills will be refunded to you, which then can be pocketed. Doesn't that sound awesome? Does anybody have any questions? Yes.
Can a parent and the student apply for the FAFSA?
Yes, either or could, but I encourage them to do it together. Anyone else? Yes.
What about scholarships? Is there like a maximum that you can apply for or a limit of scholarships?
Nope. You can apply for as much scholarships as you want. Any other questions or concerns? Yes.
And when is the deadline, do you know, for the FAFSA?
The deadline is, well, you can apply for the FAFSA from January to June, and yeah.
I
But-
could just get onto the website. And
Yeah, but I'm not actually sure, so you should go check.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Thank you.